If you're looking for a great outdoor kitchen, you need to check out the inTech Dusk. But there's amazing things on the inside too, so don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, I'm PJ from Princess Craft RV, and this is the inTech Dusk. Now in 2027, they've made some amazing changes. Everything from the outside, the inside, the colors, it's incredible. But it is the same 4,000 pounds that it was before. Now that's 4,000 pounds if you add every single option. If you leave off a few things like the off-grid package, maybe the outdoor kitchen, and those are about the only two options that you can leave off this, it might weigh a little bit less. But you're gonna be 3,600 to 4,000 pounds. It is only 20 feet, 8 inches long. So this is a compact trailer that feels huge on the inside. Let's start inside and I'm gonna show you all the details. Stepping inside, my first thought is, I cannot believe this is only 20 feet long. And that includes the tongue. This feels so open. And one of the reasons is because you've got this beautiful panoramic window on the front. This tilt forward design is part of the Sol Octaline, and it just makes a beautiful space here. You've got a window on both sides, and let's talk about the layout itself. Cabinets above, cubbies on the side. You've got an all wood table here. And then this seating, the U shape, makes it very versatile. You can remove the table, have a nice open seating, or you can drop it down, put it on a shorter pedestal, and make a nice sleeping area here. You know, any way you slice it, it just feels so comfortable. The storage up above, you've got open cubbies, and then this opens up right here. This underlighting is so nice because it's indirect lighting. And then you've got all of this space up here. This cushion is the one that fits over the table to make this sleeping area. So it's got a nice storage spot right up here, along with this short pole. Everything put away and has a place. And then the rest of it over on the side is going to be storage. Now, if you didn't need to use that for another sleeping area, just leave that stuff at home and you've got more storage. The amber lights on the side, yeah, that's new for 2027 because in the past we have had some blue lighting up there, but they've moved everything to amber to try to give it a much warmer feel in here. Now, a few other things have changed in 2027 that you may not know unless I tell you. One of the things is the seat cushions are firm, very comfortable, and they're made out of a more residential foam this year. Why? Well, because you don't want it to break down. If you are using this regularly, wherever you usually sit, you know, it's going to be like any seating, it's going to tend to wear in that spot. So this will last a long time without getting any wear and tear as far as divoting in the cushions. Let's look at the refrigerator because this is a nice upgrade. You have an 8 cubic foot refrigerator right here. I love the space inside, the 3 shelves right here. Look at this freezer space. Remember, this is not a large trailer. It's super easy to tow, but you've got all the amenities. Now I want to move back to this dinette area behind me and show you some of the very small things that are going to make a difference. Right up here, you have the solar charge controller. Now that solar charge controller is controlling the solar on the roof, but you can option it to have a 200-watt solar panel. If you really want to get off the grid, the off-grid package is going to have 300 watts of solar and it's going to have a 3,000 watt inverter. Now you may remember it used to have a 2,000 watt, but more power, always better. It also upgrades to a 460 amp hour battery. Now, if you're working at this table, you're going to want the 110 plug right underneath the dinette. Makes it very easy to plug in that computer, that laptop, keep it working. And let's talk about speakers here. That control is going to be over at the kitchen area, but you've got 2 speakers in the back, 2 speakers in the front, and they have updated these reading lights. You don't just have them in the bed area, you've got them up here as well. You know, lighting is one of the things that can really be important, especially if you're working, if you like lower lights. They've just given you all the options. Then you've also got the reading lights. There are reading lights by the bed, but they've added them on this end of the trailer as well, just to give you all the lighting choices. I really like these reading lights. It seems like a simple thing, but they light up behind for indirect lighting. They do light up at the front if you need that direct lighting for reading or working. And you've also got a USB port just underneath. So everything you need right there in a simple reading light, and it's so stylish. All right, let's talk about the window shades because they are very easy to use. Just pull it down and you're gonna have a full blackout shade on every window. You also notice they put lighting underneath here. So all of the valances that hold these shades just have a really nice warm feel to them. And yes, you've even got a pull down shade right over here in the front. So it's very easy to block off that light from the outside of this trailer and then just open it right back up again in the morning. The last thing I want to show you in the dinette area is right here. They have given you a cabinet door to the storage underneath. That is always a great storage place right here at the end of the dinette, but a little tough to get to. So a storage door right here at the entry, love that. Let's take a look right over here at the end of the kitchen because that is where they put all the controls, right by the door. Perfect. Most of the controls on this unit are at the end of the upper cabinet here, and on the top left you'll see the monitor panel. That is going to tell you how much is in each tank. Now in this unit you're going to have a freshwater tank that's 45 gallons, 36 gray and 9 black. So easily read those tanks up there. You've also got your switches for the water pump, the tank heaters, and the line heaters. That means that if you're traveling down the road, not running your furnace, and it drops below freezing, you want to be sure the water in the lines and the water in the tanks doesn't freeze. Just flip the switches, your battery is going to heat those up for you, so you're just fine. Now just below, you've got the Jensen stereo. It's Bluetooth, you have a HDMI, you've got a USB, and tunes running in the front and in the back. Up here on the right, that is one of the best new upgrades in 2027. That replaces that big bulky disconnect switch. So if you need to disconnect your battery because you're going into storage and you don't want that battery run down by all the incidental lighting that stays on even when you're not using your camper, then just push that button. It's going to make a nice beep so you know it's working, and it's going to disconnect. I love that. So easy, right here by the door. And below, of course, the controls for your on-demand Suburban water heater. Only the best in an inTech. Down below, the controls for the lighting. Look how clean that panel is. I know that's a silly thing, but aesthetics are important to inTech. So all of your lighting is in a simple row here. It has porch lights, accent lights, main lights, bedroom lights, all controlled right here. 110 plug on the end because, of course, this is your kitchen, and, you know, you need plenty of those 110 plugs in your kitchen. Up above, the kitchen accent light right here, and the awning switch. So everything is very easily controlled right here as you walk in the door. Let's take a look at this kitchen because they have just done a beautiful job in making a very workable, compact kitchen. A big 3-burner stove. I mean, there is nothing tiny about this, even though it's a 20-foot trailer. I love the heavy iron grid on the top. And of course, you know, these are going to light up. That is the only blue light left in this trailer for 2027. And, you know, that blue light doesn't work for you, just turn it off. Totally optional. I guess most lights are, but anyway, I like to point that out. Very easy to clean. I'm going to move this out of the way just so you get the idea. This folds down and of course pushes right into place, and then you've got the countertop here. Now, speaking of countertop, over here you've got a nice sink cover. This is brand new as well. You've got thin-scape countertops, so it is a solid surface. Very classy looking, but also extremely durable. There is a second sink cover you just drop in right here, so you've got a full working countertop if you don't need the sink. This can just move completely out of the way. You've got to have everything doing two jobs when you have a small space, and the sink with these heavy sink covers really works as extra counter space. The sink in here, let's open this up so you can see it, is huge. They didn't make all of the appliances smaller just because it's a smaller space. So you've got a nice full farmhouse sink here in this nice brushed pewter look. Let me slide that back into place. And plenty of storage right up here. Open these up. You know, one thing I might mention now is 2027, you have solid wood cabinetry. Nothing is press board, nothing is particle board, and that makes all the difference in longevity. You've got a nice open space up here. Of course, the recessed lighting that's covered just a little bit when you put this down, if you're taller than me. You guys know I'm only 5 foot tall, so most of you a bit taller are not going to be staring at this under lighting here, but it's very nice to have the kitchen lit up without lighting up the entire trailer. Big window right here in front, just a really nice spot. Now underneath, storage, let's open this up, wide open under here. Trash cans are always tricky. Where do you put them? inTech always thinks of how you need the storage to be. You could build this out with shelves, add whatever you need, but a very nice space. Now underneath this nice stove, you have the microwave convection. To use every square inch, they have put the drawers underneath. So let's pull these out. Again, these are wooden drawers with the dovetail corners. You've got really nice cabinetry in here that's going to last you a very long time. All of the plumbing under here is flex hose connections. That is going to give you the best fit and the least likelihood of leaks. Isn't that what we all want in our trailer? Now, while I'm down here, let's talk about this flooring. The change in the colors inside this trailer are incredible. It cleans so easily. It's ready to get wet, get muddy, get sandy, dog prints, dog hair, no matter what you throw at it, it just wipes up. So don't let that nice soft woven look fool you. This is a very durable floor. Twin beds are a great way to use this space. Whenever you're looking at a smaller trailer, twin beds gives you a nice walkway, easy for people to get up without disturbing anyone in the middle of the night, sofa seating, all the things, right? So a very versatile space. However, you may not want to sleep in a twin bed, and converting it, well, that's just a hassle. So that's where we're going to start. That is what inTech has solved for you. It's incredible. All you do is push this button and it turns into a king bed. I mean, if all you have to do is push a button, how hard is that? So slides right out, looky there. We've got our base for our king bed. Take these side cushions, lay them in the middle, and you're ready to go. It's that easy. The storage at the top, you've got two nice cubbies. Now this one is the full length. This one is a little bit smaller because you've got a wardrobe right in front of it. So open this up here. You've got a nice open space here. It does have a hanger at the top if you want to use hangers. Most of you, I bet, will either stack things or build shelves, whatever works for you, but a hanging closet is something that some people prefer, so they want to be sure you have that option. More storage right behind me. Of course, these cabinet doors. They've changed the latches on these a little bit so they're not in your way. You're not going to have any brackets that are going to be stopping you from filling this cabinet to the top. They hold it open. I love that. So you've got nice space, 3 cubbies here. They're about 5 inches deep. It is on the curve, but still more storage than you might think. You roll up your clothes, fold them. They're going to fit in there nicely. You might notice that the matte finish on the doors has changed. It really adds to a very comfortable feel in here. Casual, but yeah, a little bit elevated. All right, corners here, and remember we talked about those lights with the double lighting on them. Remember they also have USB-Cs on the bottom of them, and charging is always important in the bedroom. Right behind here, we have a 110 plug, and on this side, you do not have the 110 plug, but what you do have is a 110 plug right here in front of this centerpiece. So whether you're using it as a twin bed or a king bed, you've got a 110 plug available to you. And yeah, very easy to work with. Windows on both sides, a nice window right here at the back. This has a pleated shade on it, so it's a little bit different. Let me grab both hands. A little bit different than those pull shades. The reason for that is because it angles to the back. If it was a roller shade, it's going to be dangling here and getting in your headspace. So they did the pleated shade so it can stay flush up against the wall. And right over here, you've got the controls for the center AC and for the power fan right there between the kitchen and the sleeping area. Everything right here, easy to get to. Smart TV. You can of course turn it so that you can see it from the dinette or from the bed area. Really nice clock in between. Yeah, a lot of these little details that just make it very comfortable in here. Now, speaking of comfortable, they have a really large wet bath, and that is one of the signatures that we see in the inTech trailers. Mirror on the door, which is very nice. And stepping in, there is a ton of space in here. Yes, I'm only 5 foot tall, but this is 6'2" in here, so a lot of headroom. You've got the porcelain toilet, the nice shower head that's going to move up and down, power saver, the fan at the top with the lighting around it, and of course the net carrier here. But the best thing, they have added a corner sink in 2027. Wow. That's what everyone has been asking for. They wanted a sink in the bathroom. You've got the mirror on the door for shaving, brushing your teeth, whatever it is, right here, all in one. And yeah, doesn't get any better than this in a wet bath. One more feature I want to point out is that this door has a seal around it. So did you notice that there is no shower curtain in here? It is all one open space, and when this door shuts, it seals. So you don't need to worry about water getting outside of your wet bath. You just close the door and you're good to go. Now stepping out of the bathroom, it is 6'6" on the inside here. In case you're wondering how tall, that's what it is. Now you're going to lose an inch, maybe 2, right here where the AC is. But for the most part, you're going to get lots of height in here. You know, the styling in here is what I like the most. Not only do you have the curved corners on the bathroom, the curved corners on the dinette, the rounded front with the beautiful panoramic window, but they have updated in 2027 to this wonderful soft light walnut, the matte finish, the flooring, the dark cushions here. It just gives it such a great feel. So much more to see outside. So let's go out there. Let me show you what they've added outside. It's pretty amazing. inTech makes their own solid steps, so they fit perfectly, fold right in for ease of use. And of course, the 110 plug right here underneath this great awning. The off-road package, well, that's a thing of the past. We have the heavy-duty off-road tires. That's standard on every inTech. A few more things I want to point out. Right here, this is a nice upgrade. The spare tire is underneath in the back, and it's going to crank down now, just like your truck. So crank it right here, that tire drops down in case you have that unfortunate flat tire. Now I want to point out you've got a water connection here, a quick connect here, and a quick connect on the gas port on the other side. And I'll show you in just a minute why that's important. Let's open this up. You've got a magnet catch, making it so easy. Slide this out, and this is your outdoor kitchen. Now to set it up, that's the brilliant part. No looking for this tray to put back on there that you've stored in some compartment somewhere. You just unlatch it right here, open it up, and it goes right onto this like that. Sets right in there and you're ready to go. Then this section folds right out and gives you more workspace. Makes for a beautiful kitchen. Right here, you've got these two covers that if you don't need the prep space, you need the sink. You've got a very nice sink here with this nice high faucet. This is about 8 inches deep. That's unheard of in an outdoor kitchen. Right over here, your cooler. Now, if you need it as a freezer, you can do that as well. You get to set the temperature. But all your drinks, all your cooler items, right here, built into the kitchen. Now, another brilliant thing they did here was they made setting it up and plugging it all in so easy. You know how in so many outdoor kitchens, you have to go find that little gas port hose and plug it in here and plug it in there. Everything is already preset for you. So right here on the side, you have this water line that is clamped in here. It's got its own holding space, and all you do is pull it out and clip it in right here at the water port. So it's very easy to do. Very simple. On the other side, the same thing. Your gas hose is already here. It's set up. Just unclamp it and clip it in right here on the quick connect. That simple. Your outdoor kitchen is ready to go. I think this outdoor kitchen is one of the nicest that I have seen. And the ease of use, wow, it doesn't get any easier than this. All right, a little extra storage back here. You see that this goes all the way through. So you've got a pass-through storage. Right here, we've got some of the extra cranks and the water hose that comes with it. Coming around to the back, the standard is going to be the pipe bumper. Great styling there. You notice it's got frameless windows as usual and high gloss exterior. That is part of the look that inTech has put in this line. Now, right up at the top, there is a plate for adding the backup camera, so it's pre-wired, very easy to do. Just to ask your dealer, be glad to add that for you. And right under here, you're gonna have an extra hitch mount, and that is going to hold 175 pounds. You may need to put a bike rack back here, maybe a tray with some extra gear. Very easy to add that. Now, coming around, you'll see the other side of this pass-through, along with a lot of extra storage. So if you've got those big bulky chairs, those ones that you love to take camping, they'll fit right in here, no problem. Tankless water heater, that on-demand water heater by Suburban, right here, and fresh tank fill, 45 gallons, and the city water fill right here. Just above that is the black tank flush. brand new in 2027, but that's a feature that everyone needs, right? Now, of course, you've got your 30 amp plug-in. Right above here, this is your Starlink. It is pre-wired for Starlink. And this is not just a port. I know I've seen some that were ports that were workable for Starlink, but this is actually provided by Starlink because once you set it up, it's waterproof. Yeah, if you're gonna do it, let's do it right. Up above, there's the connection for your satellite or your cable if you happen to have that. And up here, a portable solar panel. Now the suitcase solar panels are very easy to add a little extra solar, especially if you wanna maybe park in the shade, but you still wanna keep that battery charged. Vent for your furnace, and another vent for that compartment there where the batteries might be. And over here, they have integrated propane tanks. That's part of why the front of this trailer is as nice looking as the rest of it. They have integrated everything so that you're not sitting there staring at those propane tanks. You've also got this nice grid right here that you could use if you needed to carry some extra gear. Let me pull this out. And so this is very easy to open up to fill those tanks right there. Automatic switchover, very easy to do. You can also see the aluminum frame. Now this is not just an aluminum frame on the tongue, this is a full cage aluminum, which means the entire chassis is aluminum just like you see here. It is welded together to the wall framing, which is welded to the ceiling. So with that full cage frame, you have the most durable trailer on the market. Electric jack, standard of course. Now there is a windshield cover that comes with every inTech, Sol, or Octa. And that is gonna snap on right here, slide in on that top rail. That gives you the protection going down the road so none of those rock chips will hit your windshield and you're good to go once you arrive. You'll also notice we've got the amber lighting on the outside as well as the interior. So lights up at the campsite, gives you a little visibility if it's a dark night. I love that. It is one of the best changes of 2027. Now the awning, don't miss that because it's gonna come out, give you a little bit of shade on those sunny days, keep the rain out of your doorway, and give you a great place to hang out after you, I don't know, grill something awesome on that outdoor kitchen. So as you can see, there are so many changes on this 2027 inTech Dusk. The entire line has been reworked with some amazing upgrades, so check it out. I'm PJ with Princess Craft RV. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.